this is Dee from Dee Book Art, and today I want to show you how I use Microsoft Word to make my folding patterns for my book folding art. So here I am in Microsoft Word, and I'm going to show you how I made my heart design. So I'm going to go up here to Insert, and then I'm going to select Shapes, and then I'll just choose the heart shape. I use the X, I push down on the mouse to drag the heart to make it about the right size. And I'll click on that heart and I'll right click on it and select Format Shape. So then I get this little screen over here and I'll go to Fill and I want a pattern fill. Then I go over and select this pattern, which is the vertical stripes dark. And that makes the heart have these vertical stripes that I need for my pattern. I'll go down here I'll have to move this just a second, over here to the line and select no line. I just prefer not to have a line. Also, I can make the pattern black. Okay, there's my heart with vertical lines that I can use to do a book folding. The problem is that in Word, if you do this and you make the screen bigger, if you zoom in, I don't know if you can tell, but all of a sudden there's a lot more lines there. I can tell already, this is going to be more lines than I'm going to want to fold. And if you make the picture smaller, then there's a lot fewer lines. And that's not enough lines to make a good pattern. And so I need to adjust the size on the screen until it has about the right amount of lines. And that looks about right to me, but I'm going to go ahead and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. And of course, the second half will have the same amount. So 38 times 2 is 76. Yeah, which is actually a good number for this shape. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. But I need to find a way to capture that so that the number of lines doesn't keep changing. So I'm going to go to the search button here and I'm going to look up snipping tool. There it is. And I'm going to click New. And when that little X shows up, I'm going to capture that heart. Now that heart is saved as a picture rather than as a drawing object. And if you want, you could save that to your hard drive. But for right now, I'm just going to take and delete this one, take the one from the snipping. I'm going to do a Control V to insert it into my picture. And now I have a heart design with 76 lines, and I can make it bigger if I wanted a fat heart. I can make it longer if I wanted a long heart. But the number of stripes is set, and that's the important thing because each stripe represents one page in my folding pattern. So that's how you make a simple folding pattern with Microsoft Word. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a pattern for a design that isn't a shape that's preloaded into Microsoft Word. I'm still going to use my Microsoft Word to make the pattern though. So I've opened a Word document here. I'm going to go ahead and change the layout, the orientation from portrait to landscape. And then I'll go to Insert, Shapes, and this time I'm going to insert a rectangle to fill up like the whole page. Then I'm going to right click on that, select Format Shape, and then we get our options here on the right. I'm going to select Pattern Fill and select this pattern, Vertical Stripes Dark. And then line, I'm going to select No Line. Okay, so now we have this rectangle on the page with the vertical stripes. Now we need to adjust the size of it to make about the right amount of lines. And just looking at it, I'm thinking it might have more lines than I really want. If the lines are too skinny, they're hard to read, plus it just takes forever to fold. So I'm going to click that down one. Let's slide it a little bit. Maybe about there, but I'm going to go ahead and count how many lines there are now in this square, in this rectangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. Okay, so I got halfway and it was 54, which is 108. For what we're doing, that's actually a good number. So I need to now make a clip of this so that I can resize it and it won't change how many numbers. So I'll go to the search here, select the snipping tool. If it's not at the top, just type in snipping tool and then do a new snip. Grab the corner of this, and that automatically puts the snip into the memory of the computer. So I'm going to go ahead and select this shape, delete it, and then do Control V to insert the new shape, which has the right number of vertical lines. Now I can make that bigger and smaller, but it will still have that same number of lines that we want. I'm going to go over here and do layout and select narrow margin so I can fill more of the page with that shape. Okay, now that we have this background of vertical lines, I can put things on top of that to make the pattern. So I'm going to show you how to make a word. Let's make my own name. So I'll go to Insert again, Shapes. This time I'm going to choose a text box and just draw a text box over that rectangle. And I'm going to type my name, D. Now I'm going to make that big. So we'll go to Home. Let's try it at 200 point. I want it even bigger than that. Let's do 300. Yeah, that's about the right size. And then I can choose a cute font. I think I'll use this Congenial Black font. I'm going to move this down so it's more like in the center. I'll center the whole text. I might even make that slightly bigger. Let's make this 325. Yeah, that's probably okay. All right, so now I have the letters here, but the stripes are covered up. So I'm going to take this text box and shape options, click on this little bucket thing for the fill, and I'm going to say no fill. I also don't want any line. So now we can't really see the outline of the text box, but now I need to also change the text. So I'm going to highlight the text there, go to this first option here, the A with underline, and I'm going to have no fill, but I do want a line. So it defaults to a black line, but I want to make the line white. And it's still hard to read, and so I'm going to select it again, and I'm going to make the width of the line, I'm going to increase it to about 4, or 3.5 might be good. Okay, now I have a pattern to do a book fold of my name. When I'm figuring out where to start the fold, I don't figure out from here, but I start counting from where the D starts and count to where the D ends, and that'll be the number I use to calculate the first page of my folding design. You can learn more about how to do a book fold from my earlier videos. Just on YouTube, look for D Book Art, and you can find my folding videos. Also check out my blog